You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time, our entertainment news program. I'm Tokumbo Tyro, and I'm here with Elsie Godwin and Ife Osunke. Hello, guys.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, ma. Elsie, you've still not said anything. You kept quiet this morning. You're just watching us.
I don't know what you two are on about, but yeah.
You know, you first started it, so if you
Started what? Greeting you?
No.
Is it wrong for me to greet Tokumba? Is it?
We should move on, yeah?
What's new?
Yes, Omotola.
And now that you're
Jalade.
30, you know, you can also join the Ma and Sa clan. You know? When you're a small girl.
You know, you cannot imagine that I look this good at 30, so it shocks him. Right?
Oh,
yes, I get it.
Okay.
You were going to say something.
Yes,
yeah.
Omotola Jalade-Ekeinde calls out Osinbajo over police brutality. Okay, I think she has a lot of courage to have done this, you know, and she's very outspoken, and but I don't understand why she actually decided to call out the vice president when the president himself is there. That's my question. I'm like, hello.
I don't know why that was funny to me, but I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't think it's a valid question?
It's a valid. Well, I mean, it's more valid if you are not in Nigeria and you don't understand.
Yes.
What happens in Nigeria? But which of your presidents is she going to tag exactly?
I don't know. Okay, you tell me. You tell me.
I mean, I think because Osinbajo has been very responsive online, he has picked some issues off the internet and taken it up. You know, and this has been happening for. I think the media has been reporting so many police brutality for close to a month now. Like, he's been consistent and no word.
Every
no
week
sorry, every day, not even week.
No, but for the past 3 weeks.
You know, and he has not said anything. So it is necessary to confirm if he's still with his phone and social media platforms, or they've taken it away from him.
What do you think? Do you think he will respond now that she has called him out, or do you think he will just keep silent?
Well, whether he keeps silence or whether, I just feel that there would be a point when we won't be able to take this anymore. The youth won't be able to take this anymore, and we may be forced to actually act. Like Ikechukwu, the rapper, has actually said something concerning that, because
he said he would withdraw their arms and then use it against them.
And it's actually, well, we're not advising you guys to try that. Don't try that too. So, basically, I think this is off the back of what happened on Saturday, which we didn't get a chance to talk about this morning, about the guy and his girlfriend that they were coming back from the club, and the girl got shot, and she's dead.
Refused.
Yeah. They refused to stop because there was no uniform, no form of identity. Late.
Yeah. They asked for ID.
Early hours of the morning. Of course, I probably wouldn't stop as well.
But they were within their rights to even ask for ID. So if they didn't see, you know.
And then the saddest part is that, okay, after they left, you trailed them to wherever, and then you opened fire. Because I've seen different sources that they trailed them to their house and opened fire right in front of their gate. Some other people said undisclosed place, so we really do not know. But I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and I said, I think this thing is a global thing. They just profile you. It's profiling. It happens in America. And the person was like, no, the reason why it happens in America is because of racism, that we can't put it together. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but in the Western world, they would have showed ID.
Yeah.
So at least if you had seen that, you know that, yes, this is the appropriate authority, let me then cooperate with them. But we don't know you from Adam, we don't know you from a can of paint, we don't know you from anywhere, so why should we attend to you?
But you know, I was also talking to a friend, and I also told that friend that, look, what we should be asking for is not to end SARS, it's still the reformation, because at the end of the day, the bad guys are actually out there. In as much as innocent people are dying, the bad guys are actually out there, and they're actually waiting for this NSAS thing to actually go through so that they can go with their evil plans. Okay. So what I'm asking for is reformation and not
that makes sense.
Outright.
I don't know how far the reformation can go anyway, but yeah, like you said, we need them to do the job they were constituted to do, right? And talking about we getting to a point where we'll stand up against these people, I don't know how soon that is going to be, because if you remember, I don't know if you guys saw it, there was a video of a guy that was telling them he knows his right, and then they were
yeah, but they
him.
left him at the end of the day.
I know, yeah, but people were there.
Did you see Brother Shaggy?
Okay, and his own.
Yeah, they tried to.
Well.
They tried to harass Brother Shaggy. He took off his clothes. Like,
I guess. But what I'm saying is, people were there, right? They watched this thing happen for a while until someone even brought out the phone to record. I mean, I know how dangerous it can be, but I don't think, even being a woman, that you'd say, if you're talking about physical strength, I don't have that level of strength. I don't think I would be able to stand there and watch those people do everything they were doing to that guy without even asking a question and saying, "Oga, what's this guy do now?" Right? I mean, that was a market of all places, and that used to be the kind of place where you cannot perpetrate any kind of evil and go away. Markets in Nigeria, but right now things like that are going on, and everybody's just there, and then someone's just recording. Nobody is standing up. So I don't know how soon. You know, I don't know how soon this is going to happen.
Did I tell you guys what happened recently?
To you or someone else?
To your friend.
Not to me, to a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You did.
And I said it on the show as well.
I'm not sure if it was on the show. I think it was off the show.
Okay. Yeah. They were actually saying, take us to your house. You are a fraudster. And they actually came up with a warrant. A warrant.
Just like a few seconds later.
Yeah.
A warrant that they were putting whatever name he told him on the spot.
Can you imagine?
And then no address. Do you understand? That's to show you how corrupt these people are. So it is really,
there's a problem.
Really sad.
All right, let's leave it there. Next on the agenda for this afternoon, we're discussing Helen Paul, who says, "I don't hate my dad for raping my mom." Okay, so this is a bit of a sad story, which I think it came on the back of her celebrating her PhD doctorate degree, and she said it was the perfect time to release the information. And she said it's not really her story, that it's her mom's story really, but she feels that she has had a lot of support in the past and still has a lot of support from her family, and she feels that now is the perfect time to share this kind of story. I would never have thought someone like Helen, you know, would have gone through this kind of I don't know, this kind of background. You know, you never hear of things like this happening to people that have gone to such lengths. So this is really coming as a surprise, and I know it will inspire some people out there. And she doesn't even feel bad about the man. Some people would have said, okay, for you raping my mom, they would have had so many negative feelings towards her dad, but she says no, she doesn't have any negative feelings anymore. I just commend her for the doctorate degree, for getting over the rape, for revealing the information. She's ticking all the boxes for me. So Helen, well done to you.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about this story. Like, I don't know. I mean, is it like, there are so many questions I have, right? Is it a case of the mother was married to the man, or it was just a rape case, or like, you know, when she's
product of rape.
I know it's a product of rape,
so
but she said something about, oh, she doesn't hate her father and all that. The way she said it means that she has a relationship with him, right? Now. So I don't know how I feel about the story. I'd rather not say anything, but I admire her courage to talk about it, and like she said, it's her mom's story. So I'm not quite sure why she talked about it, but she did. So yeah, kudos to her.
Okay.
I think she only talked about it to just say, okay, look at how far I have come despite all the things I have been through in my life. I'm a product of rape and all of that. Whichever way it happened, rape is rape. Whether our mother was even married, we have married people that raped their wives.
I'm not questioning the rape. That's not what I'm saying.
even saying it that regardless of how it happened, as long as you're a product of rape, people in the society tend to stigmatize people that were born out of rape. They refer to them as bastards. But and a lot of them get affected by this, and they actually become nothing if you check the statistics.
Yeah, which is why I was trying to find out if the mom still had a cordial relationship with the dad. Because from how she was speaking, it felt like, oh, she knows him. There is a relationship. You see, so if there's a relationship and somebody standing there, even if it's via rape, it is your mom who knows that. Majority will know because there is a man who is your father, quote unquote, right? So I'm trying to say, I'm not knocking her down. I'm not saying, I don't know what she went through. But I'm trying to understand it and also letting you know that it's a different case when you are actually, God forbid, you go somewhere and somebody somebody is raped and then you keep that baby, no traces whatsoever of where the father is. That's a different case entirely.
Yeah, it could have been.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know how all this happened. Do you understand? So I don't know how all this happened, but there are cases that are in levels that you just want to stay away from it.
Why I'm commending her is I have a feeling that regardless of what happened in the past when the rape took place, I have a feeling that she would have taken it upon herself to find out, if she didn't know at the time, who the father was and develop a relationship with him. Well, because I think at the as of the time of the rape, I think the mom and the dad would not have been on speaking terms. But these are things that we don't know for facts.
She's not a young girl either. She's lived through life for quite some time now, so obviously her father might have reached out to her, apologized, or she may have reached out to him, and they might have built a relationship.
All right. On that note, I will go on a quick break, but stay tuned to find out my
take on this.
All the one you'll be saying is what's big one.
Time for a break, guys. When we come back, we'll be bringing you the latest update on Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. We'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't live here.
My real names are Akbofio Fobo, Akborobo Memere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom. You know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Welcome back. It's still your favorite entertainment news program right here on Plus TV Africa. This is Tea Time. And up next, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's bifurcated judgment request for divorce gets a thumbs up. Okay, so I was like wondering what's going on. You know, is this request going to have any kind of effect whatsoever on their relationship? And yes, it does, because now, like, officially, both of them are now legally single. And I was like wondering, what's the problem? Why can't they just give them the full divorce if they are legally single? And apparently they've not finished all of the settlements that needs to be done in terms of custody and in terms of the different assets that they have, the properties and everything. So all of that needs to be sorted before they can actually finalize on the divorce. But it's since the divorce process has taken like up to 2 years, I think the judge decided it was probably best to sort of legalize their single status. So that's absolutely fine. But I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on them separating.
My thoughts is congratulations, you guys. You guys have been divorced for 2 years as far
exactly,
as anyway. So congrats. I have nothing to say on this story.
Okay, Elsie, what say you?
Congratulations to them
as well.
I mean, they spent roughly 10 years together or more, right? And they're making a decision for themselves. So yeah,
I think they actually spent like more than 10 years dating before they even got married.
Yeah,
and
they spent about 8 years
a long
dating
time.
and were married for 2 years. There's something about marriage too. Oh,
it's like for all of that years of dating and everything.
Yeah.
By the way, a little bird tells me that Angelina is actually regretting her decision that
to file the divorce.
No, they've already filed the divorce, but that she wants him. That she's like considering having him back because of the children, and you know maybe what else that she has not actually revealed. But the excuse that she gave
maybe
was
what else that she hasn't actually. Oh.
You got it. Elsie hasn't got it yet. But, all right, I think Elsie has finally gotten it.
I don't get this like that.
Okay. Anyway, it's just I don't know how true that is. It could be hearsay, it could be naysay. We really don't know for a fact, but it's speculation that is on the table, and I thought I'll put it out there. Okay, so congratulations, we said, to both of them on their legal.
Are you saying we should look out for them coming back together?
I'm saying don't watch this space. Don't rule them out.
I don't think if they were going to come back together, they'll probably not have filed this that's getting the thumbs up right now. So I don't know. Even if she wants to, he's probably had enough because this was really messy at some point.
It was very
right?
messy, so much so he went back to Jennifer Hudson, and then there's someone that apparently he's dating someone now. Another major actress. I forget her name now, and she's also very pretty. So
because sometimes it's difficult to just let go, especially when you are not at fault. I don't know who's at fault here, right? But
no, they'll probably
usually,
both have both of their.
Of course, they probably both have both of their. But sometimes you get to realize that you just tell yourself the truth and say, I didn't handle this right.
Exactly.
I probably overstepped. So if it's a case of he is really not the problem, like the major problem, he might find it difficult to want to go back when he checks everything he's been through.
And I think in that case, what's her name? Angelina would have like taken a step too quick, and she may have some regret.
You know.
I also think the children are missing the dad greatly because they said that some time back, but I don't know, this time they haven't said it, but I have a feeling they would be like nagging her a lot.
Yeah,
that when is he coming?
That was what I was going to say, that as long as this divorce doesn't affect the children, because these children seem kind of attached to the both of them.
To him, yeah.
No, to the both of them, to
true.
be precise. But as long as this custody issue wouldn't have one person having more time, I hope it will be 50-50 for the sake of the kids. Yeah.
I hope she does it like that, because if it doesn't, it can get even messier.
You know, she was kicking against him
because he was traveling.
That she didn't want the kids
like
flying
she doesn't travel
around
herself.
and all of that. You know. You know, women are selfish.
Oops.
Some women are selfish. Sorry to all the women.
Okay. All right, guys.
Well,
let's
whatever the
move on.
case is, the children will be fine.
They'll be fine. All right, moving on to our next story. Noble Igwe's Tailor gets arrested for having tattoos. Okay, so this is part of the earlier story we were
profiling.
The profiling. It's just unbelievable. And then to make matters worse,
somebody like you profile people too. I remember Ife has cautioned you on this show on profiling people.
Really?
Yes.
Meanwhile, Ife does it more than I do.
No.
You even do it more than
people.
You do it more than we do, actually.
I don't profile people.
I don't profile people because I never judge a book by its cover.
Well,
because
I think
I'm one of those books that
there are some
people,
signs we need to write on a. Well, cardboard is cheaper for them. Yeah, cardboard and paste in every police station.
A4 paper.
Right. Okay, A4 paper. Yeah. So just write tattoo is not cultism. Driving a nice car doesn't mean you're a criminal. Going out at night doesn't mean you're a thief. Like, there are so many things they just need to write on the cardboard or A4 paper, like you said, and spread it out. Like, just spread it out so that they would know. Because I don't know how this reformation is going to work if they still have so much backward mentality, right? These are the same people that you speak to them and they ask you, why would you be talking to me? First of all, they would come from the angle of you're a woman, and secondly, I'm wearing a uniform. You cannot talk to me, you cannot question me. When you say you know your rights, that is a big problem. You know, so
your ID
this
and
reformation, I don't know. I feel like if human beings were something that you can just open up, rinse out, and pour, then it can work. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not very optimistic.
Well, the reformation can start by taking out the
bad eggs.
The one, and a lot of police officers are not even educated. You speak to some of them and their spoken English is terrible. You know that these people are not educated. So whatever
and
they
then,
see...
sorry, if let me just quickly come in. Sometimes when people are not educated, there's some kind of insecurity that comes in.
Intimidation, especially when they feel like you're intimidating them. Oh, you think so if you speak English?
Exactly. And then so once they have that, when they get given that post, they feel that, okay, they can now override or walk on anybody that comes around. So,
and I think a lot of people too, in as much as you need to be very careful, you also need to stand your ground in Nigeria, because I have realized that every time you act timid in front of a police officer, they take more advantage of you. But every time you let them know, like the last time a police officer stopped me and said, they need to see my car papers. I was like, since when the police officers start checking car papers? It's not your duty. Sorry, I cannot show you that.
Yeah.
The guy looked at me.
Yes.
Carry your wallet, Joe. What do you get for us? Do you understand? Like, he knew that I
Knew your rights.
Knew my rights.
Yes.
But assuming I was like, he did.
Take.
He said, this one don't expire. Like, do you understand?
They're always
And then
saying
they will
things that are
intimidate.
fake and expired where there is none.
Exactly.
I don't
No,
get
but it's not even supposed to, like Ife rightly said, they have other appropriate authorities that are
Yeah.
supposed
That's
to
what I'm
check
saying.
that.
When you fall into
okay.
that trap and you give them, something must be missing, something is not
Exactly.
right, something is fake. And then you start asking them, these are papers from your people. You know, it's funny. I don't know if funny is the word, but there's a problem. I've said this, there's a problem like 3 times in today. Hey,
Any problem?
there's problem.
So basically, I think a lot of Nigerians need to know their rights. You need to study. You don't have to be a lawyer to study the Constitution.
Yeah, I remember.
Know the Constitution.
Yeah, I remember
read
something
it.
I was going to say earlier, if when you were talking, you know, because what you are saying is that don't be intimidated, you know, and you should know your rights.
But
And
do
then,
not be rude and
Yeah,
do not be
do it politely.
aggressive.
because that's what I was
at the
going
end
to
of
say,
the day.
because it has caused the death of a couple of people now. So
You heard the tone I used to tell the officer, like, since when the police start checking?
That's
Do you
the
understand?
thing.
That's
So-
a different tone. I not say, what you
should-
concern my papers.
That's
Do you
the
understand?
thing.
Then
Exactly.
you can get aggravated. Like, now
That's
me,
the
they
thing.
talk to like that,
Exactly.
then we
True.
start exchanging words
Absolutely.
and
At
things
least
escalate.
until we get to the point where they
Yeah.
go through psychologists to maintain their aggravation balance, you know, just talk to them calmly because
now that
they
you
have
mentioned
so
that,
many
Elsie,
issues,
do
fam.
you think they should go through that kind of
Of course they
evaluation?
should.
What
It's supposed to be a
works nowadays
standard.
is do not try to sort things out by yourself. If possible, as soon as they stop, people, they don't stop me.
And let's not forget
Let people come
the good work Sega Link is doing. I mean, he was the
Yeah.
one who stepped in for nobody.
True,
And
yes,
he's more like the
absolutely.
Nigerian police on Twitter right now. Everybody keeps tagging him on one issue or the other, and he steps in, right? So
Okay.
I think sometimes when they stop you and you tell them, make a call Sega,
Okay.
they will let
alright.
you go.
Do you know
Alright,
at some
guys.
point I put Sega Link's card on my dashboard just in case?
All right, let's quickly touch on this because we haven't got time on it. It's regarding Jennifer Hudson's ex, David Otunga, who wants the singer to testify under oath in custody battle.
Otunga.
So, Otunga, yeah.
Otunga.
Otunga. Oh, I haven't said it.
Otunga.
Otunga. Okay, all right.
I don't
then.
know. Don't listen to me. I don't know. He's not Otunga. Because
do
he's not
you know?
Yoruba. He's Kenyan.
Yes, but that doesn't mean they would be
I don't
African.
think
So
it sounds, Otunga sounds like Otumba, like the
Otumba.
Yoruba name. You
yes,
get what
but
I mean?
it's very
So
African.
when I
At
saw
least
it
let's
was
not go to the point where
Kenya,
we are calling him Otunga. Let's just move
then
on,
that
right?
would be Igbo.
No,
And
guys,
that would sound
exactly.
bad, so let's
No, let me
move
tell
on.
you how the English will call it. Otunga.
Okay.
Let me tell you how the Americans would call it. Otunga.
You said we don't have time.
Exactly.
Do you want to
Let's
talk
touch
about
on
the
this
story or not?
quickly. If let me
Well,
come
I'm
to
wondering
you.
why a lot of men are looking for women to look after them these days.
It's
because-
surprising. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I was
gender
trying to
equality.
remember the name this morning of
Okay,
the
yeah, I think
singer,
that-
Mary
yeah.
J. Blige.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
that's the person.
Child support.
Yeah, child support, and also asking for a salary, a monthly salary for upkeep that is used to a lifestyle that now that they're not together anymore, you need to keep up to with that
Let's
lifestyle.
even get one fact straight. These two are not married.
Yeah,
They're not married.
They're not
married.
No. What's her
Jennifer
name?
Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson and this guy.
Otunga.
Yes. Okay, carry on. Carry on.
So basically, I just think a lot of men need to really. I think right now they get into marriages, especially with the celebrities or relationship with the celebrities, because they feel, at the end of the day, if things go south, I'll get a financial
All right,
support
let me
from
quickly
them.
hear from Elsie before we wrap
Round
up.
up.
Yes.
Wow.
So
You know,
just
you allow
your,
Ife to conclude.
because I need you to like say one or two things before we
Because
wrap up.
he's
Elsie.
what, Jennifer? I mean, she's told him to go and get a job, right? He should do
How do you
that.
call it? She's Jennifer, not
Jenny from the block.
Yeah, calling her Jennifer like Jennifer's diary.
Exactly.
Goodness.
Oops.
Okay. So, I mean, let us sort there, like, Ife, just let me be a bit. I'm tired.
But I actually wanted to get into the legalities of this. Can he actually impose it on the court for them to actually, because he was saying he wants them to...
Yeah, she can. He can because in his words, she's defaming him by saying that he kicked her while she was carrying their child because they have a child together. So
Okay.
if
So
there's a
she-
case of
yeah.
defamation, then you
Want
need to
her
actually
to
Okay.
speak
All
on
right.
the
to
oath.
speak on the oath.
Okay.
Because it's illegal to lie on the oath.
On the oath.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's precisely where where we're going to draw the curtains this afternoon. We're back tomorrow to dish out fresh entertainment news. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors, Ife, Elsie, the production team as well. I'm Tokumbo Tai. We're saying thanks for watching and have yourself a good evening.